Hi, I'm Miriam McBenge, and for my project, I implemented Lean in an elementary school. I'm the facility manager at an elementary school. This is a position that I recently took over. I'm in a position to implement changes, and there was a lot of room for improvement. There were many messy and disorganized closets throughout the school. This is an example of the workbench in my office when I took it over. There was ineffective preventative maintenance with no way to double check the work. I found chemicals, heavy duty floor stripping chemicals stored with furniture. There's clearly no workspace in the office. The desk was also covered with all sorts of stuff. And we had massive overstock of supplies. I utilized the lean techniques of Kaizen, Poka-yoke, and 5S. For lean technique number 1, Kaizen, I set goals for the organization of the various closets. I analyzed the current situation, decided what needed to be thrown away, what could be kept or moved to a different location. And then I began implementing those changes, and now I'm in a review phase of continued improvement. And this is an example, another example from my office actually, of this wall where there's a pile of broom handles essentially, and what I've done to change it now by adding some brackets. For the lean technique number 2, Poka-yoke or mistake proofing, I worked on figuring out a better system for our furnace filter change out. This needs to happen 4 times a year, and I found that when I went to change out filters, some of the filters had been missed and were extremely dirty. So I took one of the facility site maps up onto the roof with me, and as I changed out a filter for each room, I marked that room off on the map. I also made this form so that I could analyze exactly how many filters we would need for the following filter changeout, so I wouldn't end up with too much overstock, because that was another issue we were having. There's just piles of these filters, and there's many different types that we need, and there simply wasn't room for all the different types. For lean technique number 3, I know it says number 1, that's a typo. I did 5S. Here my office was in need of attention, so I sorted it, threw away a lot of stuff. There's this fan sitting on the bench, it's broken. That paper towel dispenser is broken. Then I set it in order. I put all these bins up on the shelf with labels, and the items that I needed the most I put on the lowest shelves, and progressively the items I needed less I put on higher shelves. And then once I was done with that, I wiped down all the surfaces and swept the floor in the shine step. And for standardization, I daily I pick up the office and make sure that there's nothing left out that would be in the way for the following day. And weekly I clean it, wipe everything down, dust if needed, and I sweep. And for the sustain step, at the moment, because I'm so new, I'm not sure how to go about that. I'm trying to work on a system so that when I leave, eventually the same steps will be in effect. Overall, there are some major advantages to the changes that I've made. I have happier employees. They tell me how nice it is to work in such a clean and tidy environment where they can find everything they need. We save time when we're looking for tools and equipment. Our areas are safer. We're not tripping over things, boxes, and various tools aren't likely to fall on us. And overall maintenance is easier without all the excess clutter. In conclusion, Lean can be effective even in a non-production setting. Spaces are more functional, cleaner, safer, and overall more useful. Thanks for listening.